So it's Monday, it's a leg day, and I'm about to hit my leg day, but this is the first leg day of my week. The one I've already posted is me doing hack squat as my main compound movement for quads. And I've been really trying to make squat work for me for a long time now, but just based on my mechanics and leverages, even in attempting to change the exercise, I'm not getting the quad activation out of that exercise that I want. I've given it all I can try to do, and it's become more work to make the exercise function and be optimal for me and my goals than just changing it to another exercise that would better activate my quads. So I know right now hack squat is the best for me so far out of the exercises I've attempted to use. So I'm going to keep that one in, but doing hack squats twice per week may not be the best approach because it can become monotonous trying to progress the same exercise all the time. You do want a little bit of variation. So I do have other exercises at my disposal. I do have my Smith machine, which I could use to maintain a regular traditional squat because the bar is now fixed. I don't have to worry about balancing it by leaning forward. I could do a front squat with a barbell, but to maintain the upright posture that I would need to do an effective front squat, I don't really have the leverages for it. I still end up leaning and wanting to fall forward. My heels have to come up off the ground, and I don't own squat shoes, nor do I ever want to wear those. Personal preference wise, they just look really cheesy. Unless you're an Olympic lifter, they don't look cool to me at all. Unless you're wearing high heels in the gym. So I have a leg press. I have a pendulum leg press, which is a Rogers Athletics brand. Hip press is the specific name, but it swings on a pendulum. Those are both options I'm going to check out as I'm warming up this leg day. Obviously, when I clip this video, you'll see what I settled on. And then the rest of my leg day will be the same. Abductors to work on the glute medius, hamstring curls, nothing new there, nothing groundbreaking, some basic leg extensions. So my main compound movement for quads is the thing I'm gonna figure out today. I could be complicated and do some weird stuff, but I specifically want to find something that's easy to progress and doesn't require some crazy amount of mental focus to perform the exercise where I'm trying to maintain all these different technique cues. I want to just be able to lift the dang weight, control it, and that be all I got to do. And that's why I like the hack squat. If I have to hack squat twice a week, I will do it. So be it. But to prevent the monotony and add a little bit of spice to my life, I'm going to attempt to find a different quad movement today than a hack squat that I find enjoyable for my leg day. But the format of the leg day, compound movement on the quad, finish with leg extensions to get the burn, then abductors for the glutes, hamstring curls, and calf raises. That's the leg day. I'll be stretching the muscle groups as I complete them. So I'll stretch the quads when I'm done doing them. I'll stretch the hamstrings when I'm done doing them, right? Just each one. Get some extra tension out of the muscle after it's been trained so that the blood can flow in and out and I'm not walking around super tight. But here we are. Let's get this leg day rolling. Getting through some warm-up sets on my leg press. There's some simple things that I'm gonna do to get it set the way I want today. I know that if I sit too far upright, I can't get as deep of a range of motion, and I really want to bring my heels as close to my butt as possible without my feet coming off of the plate. That way I can get the most quad stretch and range of motion. So I'm going to lean the seat all the way back doing that. I also notice some clients, they stick their belly out to spring their legs off of their gut. That's not going to encourage you to build stronger muscles in the legs. It's going to encourage you to learn how to cheat the movement and use weight you shouldn't, which could hurt you. So keep your core tight. You don't have to exhale, but just keep it tight. And then your foot placement. If your feet are really wide or really high, you're gonna use a lot more hips and inner thighs. And if that's your goal to develop those, do that. I'm gonna put my feet low and as narrow as I can without my feet coming up off of the plate. So that way I can get the most quad activation because that's where I feel it. Aside from that, my butt's gonna slide up a little bit because the seat isn't in the right spot for the foot plate for me based on my legs and their lengths. So I'm gonna slide up a little bit so my feet can come more to my butt. And then that's why these handles are here, to keep me from sliding. So I'm gonna go about hip width And then from there, I'm just gonna fold my legs up like in an accordion and just like that. And for right now, these feel pretty great. So I'm just gonna keep warming up, gradually add weight until I find something that really challenges me. I'm gonna do higher reps for legs here because I really wanna chase the burn. And if I go lower reps, then we're going heavy, which won't allow me to focus as much. So if I go lighter, I can focus more. And all I have to do is do extra reps to still hit failure, which is all that matters. So nice and controlled. Stretch. Explode. But new exercise, filling it out. A lot of tension in the quad tendon. I might throw in some knee sleeves to keep the joint warm so it feels more comfortable. So to prioritize my quads, and this is my first day doing them, this is where we're starting. This way I can actually feel the technique. So not too wide, nice and narrow, and just control the movement into the hips. All right, first set. I'm gonna try to get anywhere from 3 or 4 hard sets total. So these ones, I'm just gonna shorten the rest period and really just try to get the burn. This isn't super demanding cardiovascularly, so I can really drill on these with a lot faster pace. I took 2.5 minutes. I meant for it to be 2, but I started answering an email. So we're still getting the pump, and I want it to keep building up with each set. Oh, man. Definitely got a long way to go with building this exercise up, but that's a good thing. This is where we're starting. Also, my adductors seem to lift the weight all the time on all these leg movements, except for the hack squat on the other side of this machine. So it's just really frustrating that my quads are always getting second to the adductors, and I don't know why they do this for me, but I'm trying to work on this. I think it's my 3rd set, so keep going. That burns. Oh, geez, that burns. All right. Just drop the weight a little bit. See if we can get into these doubles. I gotta do those more, right? And run on over to the leg extension. Pretty basic leg extension, just try to avoid using your legs like a pry bar. Keep your butt down and just straighten the knee. So just a cluster set, because honestly I just can't tolerate it. So I extend the effort by giving short rest periods. Just do a couple breaths, like 15 seconds, and then one more. So I load the muscle up with the leg press, extend the effort with those doubles with a lighter weight, and then one more time, just cram a ton of blood into the quad with some leg extensions. And that's it for quads. So now to stretch them. And they feel terrible. A lot of guys don't do this exercise, and honestly they don't need to. But my upper outer glute, my glute medius, the part that your shorts are supposed to hang on to, mine are underdeveloped compared to my lower half, my glutes. So using this movement, same form and fashion I do with all the other exercises, I'm gonna lift it, hold it under control. And the second it gets to a stretch position, I'm gonna put it right back where it belongs. squeeze. Just gonna do this, shorter rest periods. The muscles like the size of your fist are smaller, so I'm doing my best to give it very little rest and force it to work more. And then I just try to get 3 or 4 sets, establish a rep range where I really struggle with the weight and I borderline on failure, and try to get that, progress the reps. Once I progress the reps, then I'll add some weight. And there we go. I'll do 3 more sets like this. Short rest periods, like I said. Stretching my quads in between. I get about a minute, and with each rest period, I'll slowly get more flexible, but I'm just pushing on this handle into it to stretch my quads more until I can sit down here for a minute straight and really get these quads to relax. All the tension is pretty darn uncomfortable right now. So stretching it to relieve that tension, it's gonna reduce my post leg day knee pain. The muscles are still gonna hurt a lot, but the knees, the joints, they won't, and that's the goal, is to make my joints feel good so I can keep pushing the muscles repeatedly. And right now, my rest period's ending because I had to set up the camera, but I get about a minute stretch between each set, and then right back into the next set of abductors. I'm gonna do some lying hamstring curls. These are gonna be pretty quick. It's gonna be 3 sets to failure. Squeeze the weight, let it down under control, and I'll do about 1 minute rest period, so that way I fatigue quickly and kind of stimulate the muscle in a short period of time. You're just gonna see the first set, all 3 are gonna be the same, but control it the whole time. All right, 1 minute. Got 20. We'll see what we get on the next 2, but just some calf raises, stretch my hamstrings, stretch my calves, and I'm done. That's the leg day.